Happy Magic Monday, Collective Consciousness. This is Virgo Queen, your transformation coach, using the tools of astrology, tarot, sound healing, and ritual to connect you back to your magic and cosmic self. Now, this weekly cosmic forecast is for August 27th to September 2nd, 2018. I still can't believe that August is already ending. It feels like summer just began not too long ago, and here we are almost approaching the autumn equinox. So this Magic Monday still holds the energy of this incredible full moon in Pisces that we had on Sunday evening. Now I just have to speak to the themes that were occurring before the full moon energy. Now, often it is the themes that we feel 3 days, and depending on if there's a lot of strong aspects within a lunation, can be a week and a half in advance. And the themes that are occurring in our life are often what are rising in order to be healed. And so Pisces is really about the health of our subconscious, the health of our connection to our intuition and psychic realm. And the themes that I witnessed in community, what I've heard from clients and students, and also my own personal transformation journey, a lot of it was around the idea of our creativity and how do we connect to our creativity, what is in the way. And it's often that we are holding grudges, pain, fear in subconscious places within us, within the body, with our emotions, that kind of prevent us from stepping into the fullness of life. And often when we move into this place of forgiveness and surrender to what is, how to evolve, and how to overcome trauma and the things that have held us back. Now, Pisces, is ruled by Neptune, which is the planet of illusion, but also the planet of our imagination. So our psychic ability was very powerful, if feeling very connected to your intuition, this full moon could have been very life-altering, of really expanding, really allowing you to feel this new life that you are wanting to create. But first we needed to heal. We needed to go back and forgive those parts of ourselves and the parts of humanity and the parts of our tribe and family, of things that they didn't know that they could change. The fear of the unknown within us and around us. So there was a lot of healing that needed to begin before we really could step into this new vision, this new path. A lot of people are talking that there is a gate that has opened, that now we are really able to bring in the 4th and 5th dimension into our own physical reality. And this just means that our manifestation powers, when we really want something to happen or not happen, happens. So where you focus your energy, are you looking at self-doubt? Are you looking at lack of confidence? Are you looking at all the things that you haven't done, you can't do? Or are you looking at, wow, how can I achieve this? How can I overcome this? How can I surrender to this? And what else can I be grateful for? Because when we are in gratitude, we are in the frequency that is higher than the 3rd dimension. And the 3rd dimension is kind of keeping us in this place of survival mode instead of our thriving mode. And this is where I really want to help cultivate this integration of thriving as a consciousness, as a human being, and in this world. Mother Nature is teaching us all the time on how to thrive and how we actually don't need that much. We really don't, to actually feel abundant, and how when we do have a more simple and magical life, then we truly feel more rich and could feel as if we are our own millionaires full of magical moments. And actually, this is just coming into me now where, we often look at nature towards how we can understand abundance of our own soul, of our own consciousness. And this reminds me of how trees physically store memories of our past, of the memories of the universe, of how things were created. Obviously, new trees have less memories, older trees have more memories, and this is kind of what I'm talking about, abundance. The more life experience that you have, the more memories that you share, the more stories that you can really truly live, that is your richness, that is your abundance. And when we're focusing so much on how can I get a new car or a new home or all these things that, yeah, they're important. Yeah, it's beautiful to have a wonderful home that's sacred where you can keep doing your work and raise your family or all these other things, but it's not the only way. And I just want us to kind of start changing that mind frame about what is real abundance. And when I just this week perhaps meditating on this fact that trees don't need money to be abundant. And not that money, again, money is energy, money comes from trees, literally, and it's really about what is the money made of? Where is the money going to? Is it going more towards learning, evolving, growing, celebrating life? Or is it making you feel suppressed by actually really wanting to invest and live in your true soul desires? So I just wanted to kind of talk about those themes of the full moon because, the peak of that full moon, it's like this final kind of release. And now, after all that healing and release, oh my goodness, what do I do with all this new information? What do I do? How do I live in this new paradigm? Right now is the time for integration. And so the moon cycles for this week, on this Magic Monday, we still are in Pisces. So we still have a Pisces moon. But then on Tuesday, the moon will move into Aries around 9:30 in the morning. And we'll be in Aries until Thursday. And on Thursday, it'll move into Taurus. And on Sunday, it'll move into Gemini. So again, we kind of still feel on this Magic Monday some of the themes, some of the healings, the intentions that we want to invoke and embody. So Monday is very much still about mysticism and renewing your magic and slowly rising out of the unfolding of that full moon energy. Then the rest of the week we'll have this very fiery Aries energy, which is, again, Aries is the new beginning, the hero's journey, where there's this newness. He represents the Fool, living to the unknown. So really embodying this unknowingness, which will really help, instead of getting so caught up in I need to be at a certain level of my career, I need to be at a certain caliber of resources, just wow, okay, I'm starting fresh with this new life and I'm just going to uncover in the everyday moment. By Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Taurus is really just wanting to kind of ground these new principles, to I really feel like this will be a time to create a devotional practice to this new life. Devotion practice, I feel, is the number one thing that is really needed in all communities, whatever you want to be devoted to, whether it be your family, your spiritual connection, your tribe, your mission in life. There is a devotion, and that devotion is about that bigger part of what you love. So this can be seen as the divine, the cosmos, trees, nature, God, goddess, however you want to devote some time of your day to devote to something bigger than yourself. And I really feel that this, because Taurus is really about loyalty, but loyalty to the here and now, to the physical world, to your world, and how you want to create in the world. So discover that during these next couple days, and then by Sunday you'll have a little Gemini energy, which will just kind of make you want to research and play and investigate and kind of get more into the mind again. So I just also have to say that finally Mars is out of retrograde, and we are slowly going to be moving into more clarity, moving into our brilliance, and really welcoming the divine masculine who's been sleeping a little bit to help guide us in this next cycle. So I just have to say September is still, he's still a bit slow, but by October we will be full force. So get ready for October, November, December to actually be quite active and alive. So I did a tarot reading with my Mother Peace tarot deck, and so I kind of wanted to look at the themes here, and the overall energy of the week is 6 of Discs. So we're actually feeling quite generous with our energy, generous with our resources, generous with how we want to give, share, commune, integrate. And Disc is all about the physical world, so we might feel generous on wanting to give massages or wanting to give our physical resources. Maybe some friends need some money. This is all a time to really be generous with what you do have, and to also allow yourself to receive. Now, the challenge, however, is the world. And so the world represents the end of the major arcana, which is basically the return home, the return to the self. And this is really about so this full moon in Pisces was kind of gathering all those soul fragments that have been wounded and really calling them back to you. But a lot of soul fragments have been traumatized and are still in pain and in suffering. And so sometimes there's kind of a conflict when you're wanting to try and reunite all these parts of yourself, but you don't really kind of want to be associated to your past self, because the past self represents your, third dimension, lower aspect world, and you want to just highly evolve and be around conscious, thriving people. But let's not forget that we're all in this together, and all those parts of yourselves are in it together. And to allow space still for the pain, things that need to be healed. We're always going to be on a healing journey. It's not like all of a sudden one day, okay, I'm healed, I move on, I'm a transcended being. We're here as human beings to exist and to learn from our pain and fear, to transcend it into teaching, working, growing, evolving, and becoming. So by the end of the week, we're going to move into the energy of Crone. And that is the wise old witch, my dears. And this is living a life through our intuition. Instead of working through ego desire, you work through soul desire. So instead of letting the ego keep you busy, let your soul keep you productive. And the goddess that wants to help us this week is Sarasvati, which is the Indian goddess of the arts. And so she says, express yourself through creative activities. You are a limitless being. If it seems that you have time, money, or other restrictions, it's simply because your mind is focused upon the material world. You can unlimit yourself by lifting the cloak of the material world from your focus. Music is essential for the expression of non-material ideals and energies. Music colors our surroundings with emanations from the highest vibrational fields. It allows us to escape all limitations in our thinking and very existence. Surround yourself in music and allow it to stimulate your own creative thinking and to spark new ideas. Flow with the music and give yourself permission to investigate and experiment with putting your creative ideas into action. Enjoy being limitless. Now, various meanings of the card: play music, sing, dance, draw, paint, write, or do something creative, study or change a career that gives you creative freedom. Take a creative class, invest in an artistic hobby, keep a journal for your creative ideas, join a writing club or other creative support systems. And the message from Gaia is, she says, protect the wild and green. You are a guardian of the earth and all who share it. The trees, the animals, the birds, insects, and inhabitants of the ocean blue. It is time to play an active role in protecting and preserving the wild and the green by being aware of and limiting your impact upon the natural world. This world is not yours to possess. It is a gift given to you and your children. Tread gently, tread with care, and walk with love. Remember, your relationship with the world is a symbolic one. Thank you, Mama Gaia, for taking those words right out of my mouth. For this is something that I am in constant practice with my own, but also most of what I really want to help integrate into other people's lives. My own connection to nature, ever since I was a little girl, has sustained me throughout my entire existence here on planet Earth. And for all of those who love listening to my Magic Monday podcast, I just want to give a shout out to all of those who have been listening for all these years through my mini formats, who've been reading all my full moon and new moon rituals on my blog. And I just want to thank you for everything and for being part of this journey, for wanting to connect to your cosmic and magical self. And I just want to announce that on Friday is my birthday. Yes, it's true. Yes, I am the Virgo Queen. And I just wanted to make that shout out to, if you could, on Friday, send a little wish to the Virgo sun, send a little wish to nature, do something that makes you feel connected to nature, tell a story to a friend that made you feel connected to a tree, anything. I just want you to share this magic that perhaps you learned from me or from others or nature herself. But that's how I want to be celebrated, by more stories being shared with the world, and you sharing your gifts with the world, and you being your full magic and cosmic self in every moment. So thank you all again for joining me, for being devoted to this work, and blessed, blessed, blessed be.